Student loans just became more expensive. The new interest rate rose 0.8% for government loans this week, affecting the class of 2014. Marty Neville of CES Financial is on set with us this morning. Good to have you back on the show, and you brought
Thanks
us
for having me.
four tips on how to deal with student loan debt. What's
Absolutely.
your top tip?
The top tip would be to understand your debt. Make sure that you just got done with college, 4 years, 8 semesters presumably. You want to make sure none of that gets lost in the mix and you pay those on time.
You also say it's possible to delay your repayment, but how do you do that without being penalized?
Well, you got to call the company. If you don't have a job when you get out of college, it's hard to pay those loans. You want to make sure you don't fall into arrears and you don't go into default. So you want to make sure you call the company and talk to them and make sure that you set up a plan with them.
You also suggested building a payment plan. How does that work exactly?
Well, you want to prioritize your debt. If you have student loans, if you have a car loan, if you have credit card debt, you want to make sure you pay those higher interest rates off first, and this way you're helping yourself in the long run.
Now, you mentioned about contacting the lender, but give us some more on that. How do you make that work in your favor?
When you contact the lender, you make sure it helps your credit, because if you just go into default and don't pay the bill, you're going to go into default. It's going to affect your credit rating going forward into the future. So if you want to buy a house in the future and they look at your credit that you don't pay your bills, you're going to be in some trouble.
And does it matter if you continue to pay on time?
Absolutely. Even if you pay the very minimum, pay it on time. Make sure that the due date is there. Pay it on time.
Thank you for your time today.
Thanks for having me back. I appreciate it.